Hi again. How you guys doing? Nice. Keep it going for the authors here that read tonight. These are people with real talent, which is not anything like this, what I'm doing. Just telling Olive Garden jokes. I've got 6 more minutes on Olive Garden, is that okay? See you there after the show. I'm trying to think what else I've been up to recently. I recently took a road trip to Berkeley, up north. I went to watch my alma mater, Ohio State, play Berkeley in Berkeley, which was great because Ohio State killed Berkeley. It's 52-34. But I'm leaving the stadium and a Berkeley kid's like, "Oh yeah? How many Nobel Prizes do you have?" I didn't know that answer. But I looked it up. Ohio State has 4 Nobel Prizes. I felt pretty good about that. Then I looked up how many Berkeley has. 51. So I said, we'll call it a draw. But as long as we're living vicariously through other people's accomplishments, half of those people were probably Jewish that won a Nobel Prize at Berkeley. So I'll take some of those too. I guess this is the big Nobel Prize week. Again, I went to Ohio State, so I barely knew about that. But someone else from Berkeley won a Nobel Prize this week. They're up to 52. This scientist from Berkeley won a Nobel Prize for figuring out how human cells talk to each other. It's amazing. Like, that deserves a Nobel Prize. I was thinking about, like, what I learned at Ohio State was how my mouth talks to a can of Coors Light. And then I award myself a pizza. That's Ohio State. Yeah. But no, I'm from Ohio. I went to Ohio State. And, you know, it's a big football state. And when you grow up there, you're just indoctrinated to believe that everything about Michigan sucks. Like, it's a huge rivalry. I know a lot of you guys are familiar. Huge rivalry. And I didn't really understand it until we took our first family vacation to Michigan. We drove to the Henry Ford Auto Museum in Dearborn, Michigan. And the first exhibit at the Henry Ford Auto Museum in Dearborn, Michigan was Thomas Edison's last breath in a jar. That's when I was like, okay, these Michigan people are pretty dumb. This is what's on display. If they had his last or first breath, that would be amazing. If they just knew that this guy was going to change the world in the court. But no, I was like, okay, Michigan's dumb, I get it, I'm like 10 years old. Then I had a couple years to think about it. I'm like, wait a minute. My family packed into an Astro van, drove 3 hours, and paid $20 a head to see Thomas Edison's last breath in a jar. I think we're the dumb ones. I think we lost that. But it kind of, it sparked a curiosity. Like, I wanted to know, like, where the rivalry started, so I did some research. And the rivalry between Ohio and Michigan started over the land that's Toledo, Ohio. Now, there was a battle for that land. Now, Ohio won and took Toledo. So, I know you probably don't have much of a point of reference for that, but that would be like if there was a battle between Northern California and Southern California, and the winner took Fresno. Once again, in Ohio, we're not too bright. Not too bright. I figured you guys are a pretty sophisticated audience, right? I can talk about porn. I'm trying to lighten the mood. I watch porn, you know, for its artistic merit. But what I've noticed when I watch porn is that there's always these ads that pop up on the side of the video that are like, stop masturbating, meet real women now. And what they don't understand is that they're way too late at that point. Like, this car is already in gear. Like, they needed to catch me before I turned my laptop on. Like, that's the only way I'm gonna meet real women. But I have met real women before, and they're nothing like the women in these videos, like at all. But yeah, so yeah, I watch porn. We're like in the porn capital, kind of in the valley, right? Like Van Nuys. I was always so fascinated with how porn stars get their porn star names, because like they have such cool names. Like when I was young, not that young. I started watching a couple years ago, right? But no, like I wonder how they got their names. And then there's that moment where someone tells you, like, no, they're not born with that name. Like they make up that name. Most of them get their porn star names by taking their middle name and then the name of the street they grew up on. So, for instance, my name is Jordan Matthew Likover. I grew up on Meadowbrook Boulevard. My porn star name would be Matthew Meadowbrook, which works. I mean, some nice alliteration there. So that's how you get your porn star name. What most people don't know is how you get your stalker name. To get your stalker name, you take the full name of your hot coworker and the name of the street she lives on now. Which is right down the street from the Olive Garden.